Hey guys, welcome to Enneanerds. My name is Bethany.
Hi, you guys. My name is Grace. I'm a type 7. What type are you, Bethany?
Oh, I'm a type 5. I forgot to say it.
So, Enneanerds is kind of a fun and quirky look at the Enneagram. And you guys, we have a mini episode for you today. This may be our shortest episode yet. Who really knows? But yours truly, Grace, I am taking the lead on this one. So, obviously it's going to be just genius. Today's it's going to be a little bit or a lot of it kind of a weird one. So Bethany actually made a comment a few weeks ago that made me start thinking about this because she just bought a new house.
Correct.
So she's been figuring out how she's going to design it. And she has, how many bedrooms are in your house?
There's 3 bedrooms total.
3 bedrooms. Yeah. Okay. So you have one that's obviously your bedroom, and then you have a guest room, and then you have this extra room
My spare room.
Your spare room. And you're turning that into a craft room? Is that?
Yeah, it's kind of a craft work space. There's a table in there, some funky chairs. It's also like my cat room.
Right.
Primarily the cat room.
But when she said she was going to turn it into a craft room, I am so happy for her. But I was thinking that would be like the last thing I would ever turn an extra room into, a craft room. Whereas my husband and I, we have an extra room. And I know it's such a privileged thing to like even have an extra room. Right, so I'm not trying to say like everybody has an extra room. But in general, you might just have an extra space in your house or your apartment where you're like, what am I going to do with it? And so that got my mind spinning because my husband and I, our extra room is our music room because we love to play music and we have lots of instruments. So we have our keyboard and guitars and ukulele and stuff like that in there where many people wouldn't choose to have a music room. So it just got me thinking, as an Enneagram number, what would you turn your extra room or your extra space into? And again, I know this is not like, hold on, my cat's food is just going off right now.
Sorry,
and it has my little voice, my voice saying, Sambal, come get your food, baby. Okay, it's over now.
I love that.
And we actually do have an extra closet and it is our cat's room. But anyway, what would each Enneagram type use their extra space for? That's what the concept of this is. I know it's not the most riveting or important material.
But historically, our weird episodes have done well. So
that's true.
You never know. True. Zombie apocalypse is like at the top right now.
So I took the lead on this one. So I'm going to say my thoughts, and then Bethany will have her quippy remarks and responses to what she thinks.
Factual remarks.
So, Bethany, I want you to choose the numbers.
Oh my gosh.
So where are we going to start?
I want to start with 4.
Okay, 4. Okay, so 4. I think that a 4, depending on their interest, their room would be some sort of homage to their interest. So my mind went to like an art room or a craft room like you have, or maybe a music room like we have, or whatever. We have a good buddy who... Kev. Hey,
Shout out to Kev.
He loves Disney. He might have like a Disney shrine in there. Or, if there's a music artist or a movie or something that is really important to them, I feel like they could have an entire space just with like memorabilia and like souvenirs and stuff that pay homage to that. So that's my thought.
No, I totally agree with you. I think any interest that they're going to be like, that they're really into, I agree they're going to have for that. So it may not be like something specific we can nail down, but it will be specific to them.
Right.
Like a coffee room where all of their syrups are there, like, I don't know, something like that, where it's like a whole room dedicated to their hobby, their space. I totally agree with you.
Perfect. Wow. Okay.
Isn't it nice when the person agrees with you all the time? You're like, wow, they didn't argue.
Well, I must be such a good friend to you then, because I'm always agreeing with you.
You do. You agree with me on everything.
All right. What's your next number going to be?
Let's do 2.
2. All right. 2s you're going to turn this extra room into a guest room. Let's be honest. You are
2 guest
hospitable.
rooms?
Maybe. I mean,
Okay.
it's up to them. Not everyone's going to turn their other extra room into, a guest room. So their first thought to have an extra space is going to be for guests. So it's going to be a guest room for their hospitality, or at least it's going to have like a fold out couch or a futon where they can put extra people to make them comfortable. And they're going to have like the epitome of the perfect guest room. Like they're going to have all the like fancy little travel stuff, and they're going to have a towel that's like folded into an animal and, have a little snack basket and things like that. So it's going to be like you're going to like the bougiest Airbnb ever if you stay at a two's house.
Yeah, I think you're right on this one too. I agree. I do think they would turn it into a guest room. They would have 2 guest rooms probably.
Possibly.
And they would, invite as many people over as possible as they can. I tried when my sister was here, I tried to like embody the 2 and was like, I will be the hostess with the mostest. And so I do have a guest room. She stayed in my guest room, but I did buy a little like care package, like put together a little care package for her, and she loved it so much it almost moved her to tears because I did it. We were going to see the Barbie movie while she was here, and so I did it all pink. So it was like a pink themed like little care package that I got for her while she was here. And so that's very 2 of me to do. And so I'm becoming one with the 2s, apparently.
I'm so proud of you. Sounds so nice.
Thank you. Well, you did that for me when I came to see you.
That's true.
You put together a little like local Idaho, thingamabob.
That's true. I'm so good at this. I forgot that I did that.
Yeah, you did. It was nice.
All right. So what's the next number?
I want to do 6.
6. Okay. I'm making a list to make sure that we get through all of them. Okay. 6. Okay. I feel like a 6 is going to use this one space for like 2 different reasons. One, it might just be a storage room. Okay. So because 6s are prepared for everything, I feel like 6s, I feel like they are probably a little bit more, they tend to be hoarders potentially because you never know when you're going to need that. You never know. You need to be prepared. So I feel like me, I like to get rid of everything, just like, oh, I haven't worn this in 3 weeks. I don't need it anymore, not quite that extreme, but I don't hold on to things. But I feel like there are a lot of people in the world that are like, in a few years, that's going to come back in style. So
like Beanie Babies.
That. Yeah, exactly. And so I feel like 6s might be the type of person where they do tend to hold on to a lot of things, but then they also need to be really prepared. So it might be a little bit of a prep room too, like stack up on all those like survival meals, have your generator in there, have your, flashlights, extra batteries, all that kind of stuff. So I know that's maybe not the most fun idea, but that's my thought for authentic. 6s.
We're real here on this podcast. Yes. No, I agree. I think batteries for sure they're going to have, who doesn't stockpile batteries anyways? Like I have a bunch of them myself. But I think, being
you have
prepared,
a very strong wing 6. So that's why.
I do. Yeah, I can see a storage room. I could also see like leaning into the hospitality thing as well. I can see a second guest room for 6s, as well, just because they are also very hospitable. And I can also see a plant room for 6s.
That's lovely.
6s like taking care of plants. And so, I mean, I assume, I mean, all the 6s I know like plants. So I don't know, maybe a plant room.
Okay. I like that. I like the plant room. Or maybe just an all of the above room. There's going to be batteries and and plants and a bed in there somewhere. All right. Next number. What do you think?
1.
1. Okay. 1 was the hardest one for me. That was the one that I kept empty for a really long time. So what I decided, 1s know what they want. They know their mind. They know what's right. So I assume when a 1 moves into a house, they're probably going to see all the things that are wrong with the house, all the things that they need to fix, all the things that need to be righted. And so I think if they have this extra space, it's not necessarily that they're going to turn that room into something by itself. They're going to knock down a wall and expand something else that they already have. So it might be like the kitchen needs to be bigger. So they knock down the wall to expand their kitchen. Or their master bedroom is not big enough. So they knock down a wall to expand their master bedroom into a closet or a master bath or something. Or whatever it is. I feel like a 1 will use that space to right whatever wrong is in their house.
That is so clever. I think you're right. Like, because in my head, I also go to like home improvement for a 1, you know, especially if you buy a house like mine that was built in 1990, you know, just about the same age as me. And there are like walls in this house that I'm like, I could do without, but I'm not a 1. So I'm gonna be like, it's fine. I'll just make it work. But I do think a 1 would have the like, what's the word? Gusto to do it themselves, you know? And so, yeah, I could see that happening. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, next number.
8.
Okay, an 8. This is
easy.
It's easy.
I already know
They're
what you're
gonna
gonna
have
say.
a home gym.
Yep.
Obviously. Yeah. Home gym. I mean, not only, you know, is it just convenient to have all your home workout equipment, but also I feel like I can see a lot of 8s being like fitness influencers. And I see now, you guys, I'm on TikTok. Wow. I see so many videos of like people reacting to fitness influencers who are like trying to film something and then they like get mad at someone who's just using the gym equipment and they're like, you're in my video and blah, blah, blah. And not saying that would be an 8, but I could see a fitness influencer wanting their own gym because then they can just, you know, film to their heart's content and no one's going to interrupt them, you know, or hit on them or anything.
Your TikTok is different from my TikTok because I don't see any workout stuff at all.
Well, the algorithm hasn't figured out what I am yet, so I'm just getting like a plethora of different things so far.
I was like, I don't see those. I don't know what she's talking about.
I watched one true crime video, and now everything is like the darkest, most disturbing things. And I'm like, I'm a mom now. I don't actually want to see all of these things. It's too hard for me. So yeah, true crime and fitness instructors is what my algorithm has me pinned as so far.
Well, I mean, they're half right. So back to the 8. Yeah, I immediately knew you were going to say home gym. I think that's a gimme. But yeah, like we know, I think 8s are probably the like fittest numbers out there. Every 8 I know is very fit.
They have energy.
So they have how do they have energy? I don't know how they do that. You have a wing 8, so you must have some energy.
Well, in parts of my life, I have been extremely fit, but then I fall off the bandwagon.
Did you guys know that Grace hiked the PCT a few years ago?
I love when you bring that up.
She was super fit then. She was also in a magazine called Hiker Trash, or whatever it was.
Called Trash?
What was it called?
It's called Hiker Trash Vogue. Oh, and it was a book, excuse me.
I'm sorry. But she was featured in it, so anyways. So yes, it's definitely would have a gym. I agree with you. You're not wrong.
Okay. Which one's next?
I'm curious what you put for 5.
Okay, for 5, also kind of self-explanatory. Won't be that much of a surprise, but I think a library.
Oh, yeah.
5s love their books. They love their knowledge. They got to have somewhere to put all that stuff. And I know that, you know, a lot of people have Kindles now, but people love to have the physical books. And so to have a little like cozy library reading nook, I think 5s would want that. What do you think?
Yes, but also I think that 5s would, like a male 5 would do maybe a video game room or something, you know, like, cause I feel like that's a very introverted hobby, you know? Valid. And so I feel like male 5s are more inclined to the video games. And so maybe, or like a movie theater room, you know, something where they can really like also cozy space, but like make it where it's like movie theater.
Yeah.
I would love that. But
yeah.
Back to the book thing. I agree with you. If I had more books, physical books, I would turn my spare room into a library.
Yeah.
But also, I want to show off my books.
True.
And so my bookshelf is in the middle of everything.
Okay.
So
valid.
I'm like, I want people to see how much I read. So it's in the middle of everything. I need to get, my bookshelf is full. I need to get more bookshelves. But
yeah,
I agree with you. You're definitely right.
Okay. All right. Next number.
What have I had? 7. I haven't done 7.
Okay. 7, I put turn it into a movie theater room or a cinema room.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was like, what would be so fun? And I could see along the same lines doing like video game, whatever. But like getting all your friends together to like sit down and watch a movie, have like a cool vintage
Or
like popcorn thing. Or the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever it is to like have a home party to bring everybody together to like cozy up on couches or whatever, however bougie you can get with your home cinema room. But I think that's what a 7 would have. And also, do you ever watch, I don't know if you do, but there's these like Architectural Digest makes YouTube videos of like, they'll go and tour celebrities' homes and the celebrity will like show them around. And obviously these celebrities have like gajillions of dollars.
Right.
And so they always have some sort of weird, fun, quirky room that because they have all the expendable income, they can just afford to have a weird, quirky room. And so I could also see a 7, if they had enough money, just having some sort of weird, quirky room that fits them really well and that they find really fun. But
like a trampoline room.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Or like a circus themed room or,
dear God, no.
I'm not saying we would do that, but someone might. Or a ferret room or, whatever that 7 finds so much joy in. But
okay. I do like the movie room idea. I really do. Okay, tell me what you got for 9.
For 9. 9s, I am thinking that they're going to have an adaptable room. Okay. 9s, kind of a flex space. 9s have so many interests.
Right.
And similar to the 6s, like, they kind of got to like be able to use the space for multiple things. So I could see it could be a storage space for all their interests. Like, hey, I'm thinking of my husband. Like, oh, I got to put all my whittling stuff away. Oh, I got to put all my fly fishing stuff away. Oh, I got to put, my carpentry stuff away. Oh, I got to put my cast iron skillet away. All of his things that he's into. There has to be a space. And so where's all that stuff going to go? Into a single room that you kind of forget about until you need your little doohickeys for your interests. And so,
serious question.
Yeah.
Well, not serious. Is Brandon into cast iron right now?
I mean, he's always into cast iron.
Okay, because Katie, who we had on our show, her husband, who I also think is a 9, he's very into cast iron right now. And I'm like, is it a thing? Like, is it sweeping the nation with 9s? Like, why are they into cast iron?
I'll have to ask my mom if she's into cast iron right now, too. No, Brandon and I just laugh because, like, we have a cast iron skillet, and I am scared to use it because I don't understand, like, why you can't wash it certain ways, and it just all freaks me out, and I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it, so I don't touch it. So he is the cast iron king in our house, and he cooks everything on the cast iron. So,
well, I love cast iron too. I'm not obsessed with it, but I do have two cast iron pans that I use. And the reason why you don't wash it certain ways is because you'll lose the flavor if you do. So you do have to clean it a certain way so you don't lose the flavor that gets into the cast iron. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's very porous, so it soaks up all those seasonings that you use over and over and over again. So, anyways,
I had a very, very weird picture in my mind of like, maybe I shouldn't say this. Like, what if you like pooped in a cast iron? Then would that flavor soak into it? Like, I don't know why that came to my mind, but
I've never once thought that in my life.
I just didn't know that about the flavor thing. So what if you cook something that was really bad flavor? Do you want it still in there? Like poop, you know?
Moving it right along. Tell me about
I am a mom of
3.
babies. Poop is a big deal in my house. Okay. Last one. 3.
3.
So
okay.
3, they're going to have a home office. Obviously, they need their space that they can work from home or get extra work done if they have downtime. So they're going to have their, desk and computer and whatever extra things they need for their particular career. They need a dedicated space. It might be soundproof, whatever, so that when they come home or if they have to work from home, they have their space. It's organized. It's clean. It's what they need.
No, I think you're right. I can't think of anything else for them other than maybe a gym as well, but because they're very career focused oriented. So a nice home office space. I can see that for a 1 too, a nice home office space. I can see that happening as well. Well, I do think you nailed these. I do have a question.
Wow.
Who would have a board game room?
Ooh, what a good question. I mean, I think that could be a 4, a 5, or a 7. Or a 9. Maybe all the numbers. Everybody loves board games.
Everybody should have a board game room.
Yeah. Okay. If you have a third extra room, make it a board game room.
Yes, absolutely. Put a nice chair or table up there with nice chairs. And I say up there, I'm thinking like an attic. Turn an attic into like a board game space. How fun would that be?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, board game lovers, in season 1, we had a board game episode. So
we sure did.
Go check that out if you love board games.
This is true. We did it for each number. What we think would be good for them. That's true. That was so long ago. Anyways. Well, Grace, you did a great job. This is your first time leading. You're going to have to lead more. We do have more ideas where you do have to take the lead on.
That's true. That's true.
So, yeah. Now that you don't work or anything, you have all the time in the world to write Enneanerds episodes.
It's true. It's true.
I'm just kidding. Being a mom is the hardest job in the world. So, you got it. All right. Well, that was that. It was awesome. I enjoyed it.
So next week, our plan is to have our season 2 finale.
Right.
So make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be kind of a big one. And then we're going to take a shorter break between this and season 3 between we took a year off, we're not going to do that again. So there will be a slight...
Don't put limits on us.
That's true. I could get pregnant with quadruplets.
God, no.
So anyway, make sure you tune in for that. And then we will be back for season 3 at a later date. We'll tell you guys more of that. Make sure if you haven't already, we are very active on Instagram. We post a lot of fun stuff on there. And we're also now on YouTube. You might be watching us on YouTube, but if not, we are on YouTube. Search up Enneanerds and you can watch us talk, not just hear us talk.
You can be a part of the conversation with us.
Yeah, and I have big plans for our YouTube channel that I haven't even told Bethany yet. So make sure you go over there and subscribe.
Okay. All right. Well, we will see you later.
Goodbye.